Scanning, synchronizing, stabilizing. Engaged.
Yo, what's going on this afternoon? Hey, this is K-Rev, and I'm back. Listen, I was here earlier on talking to the great Mark Jarrett from the UK. Very exciting conversation. If you want to know more about using WhatsApp and how to be a little bit more global and international with your business, make sure you check in, watch the video again, check out the restreams that we're going to be putting over later on today and also through the weekend. Get a chance to understand what it takes to be a global networker, and he'll be able to show you that. Make sure that you follow and check in with Mark, the global guy. Listen, today it's good to have you guys back here with Kouch, brought to you by Standard Mag, the voice of the culture, and the content. Our content is an auction to the entrepreneur, and also we are here sponsored by KR3 & Co. Enterprises, where we help businesses grow and grow securely. We are here today, this afternoon. We got a great exclusive interview with a fascinating professional gamer and a gaming enthusiast. Her name is Charger. She has a great personality, confident in what she does. And I'm excited to talk with her because the gaming sensation of the world has really changed from when I was a child or growing up playing games, even utilizing the little games that are on our phones. It's just the perspective, is changed, from Nintendos. Even, you still got the Nintendos, you still got the, just everything is just elevated and transcended to something hugely different. And so I'm interested in talking with this young lady. She has a great conversation, and she's a professional at what she does, taking a look at some of the gaming aspects of what she's doing in the gaming world. So, we're excited to know more of how, where gaming is right now. Where is it going? And, what got her involved. So I'm definitely excited about this. So I hope everybody's doing well. Sit back, relax, and have a great time for the next few minutes. And we're going to be talking to Charger, and she's going to let us know about this gaming enthusiasm and this momentum that's going on right now. I'm excited because I think gaming is now going into the Olympics. And people are getting paid high dollars to be in gaming. This is I might be in the wrong profession, but we'll be sitting back and talking to Charlie here in the next few minutes. Listen, it's happening on the couch, Kay's couch.
Throughout life, one may feel he or she hasn't been heard, seen, or no one is listening. However, look up, don't fret. There is a place for you.
Processing.
Greetings.
Access granted.
Welcome to the couch, Kay's couch.
It does not say whether you're bad or good, but it is a measurement.
Every single time you go to that bathroom and you got a stream of urine flowing out, you need to be saying, praise God.
Wow.
Because that's a sign that your kidney is getting better.
Like during that time when it was a fraction of a penny, and then you held it until today, you're a multi-millionaire.
Great. And as a result of this next conference, I am going to have a number of events following the conference.
Okay, I got you.
Nobody else. Willing to open the book.
To get this knowledge that you have, you gave up a lot of personal time with family.
It's less than $40 for both.
Wow.
And I have it in a variety of colors.
I take every moment as it is. I've learned to be where my feet are.
Hey, Charger, are you there?
Hello. Yes, I am. I am here.
How are you doing?
I'm great. I
You
should
sure?
say.
You sure you okay?
I'm excited. I'm excited. Excited would be a best word for that.
Good. Well, we're excited to have you, to have a professional gaming enthusiast on the show. Like, this is pretty phenomenal. Did you think you'll have an interview this soon based on what it is you're doing?
No, to be frank, no.
Well, I mean, that's cool. I mean, you're doing great work. From what I hear, like, you are really gaining a lot of momentum with what you're doing, training, and also finding yourself in different competitions and contests. That's phenomenal. I really, my hat's off to you in partaking this and really being in this place of the gaming world. I mean, it's just really has changed so much since I've been, teetering around with these games, growing up, and from the Nintendos to the Ataris to the Nintendo 64s, the Sega Genesis, and just everything now on the phones. And now gaming is not even really using those. They're using computers. I think you share with me that
Absolutely.
computer systems, and it's just have take upon this whole new life, of just being a gamer. And some people are making a healthy amount of money just in competitions and gamings, period. So I think it's phenomenal. And, I want to know some things concerning you, Charger, like just what got you into this gaming world? What sparked that notion to just really become a gamer? I mean, kind of talk to us about that.
So, what's really funny is oh my Lord, I was actually in high school
Okay.
and I was actually at a supermarket with
Okay.
my mom.
All
And I
right.
happened to run in to an old friend of mine who said, we got to talking, we got, to the topic of what are you doing now? What are you doing right now? And they told me that they did gaming. I said,
Hmm.
sure, what is that? And they explained it to me, and I was like, ooh, that sounds interesting.
Mm.
How do I get involved? That was the famous question that started me down this entire path, was the question of how do I get involved? And they invited me to join their Facebook group,
Okay.
and from there I got to learn a lot more about what defines someone as a gamer. So not necessarily somebody who, like, let's say you play sports, okay? So you're athletic,
Hmm.
okay? So you play video games
Okay.
on whatever device you choose. So therefore you're a gamer.
Mm.
Now, that doesn't mean and then eventually I learned that that does not mean that you spend, let's say, 12 hours in front of a computer screen.
Right.
No. To be a gamer doesn't mean that. All you have to do is sit down with something that you enjoy and have fun with it, and that's
Mm.
it. You don't have to be competitive. You could be competitive if you want to be.
Hmm.
And so I sat down and started having fun with it, and then it's like a whole new door just opened, and I went down that path, and here I am. So
Hey, you are. Oh, wow. Wow.
exactly.
That's good though. I mean, it's amazing how it says that a lot of times for entrepreneurs, you find yourself doing things that you love. And then it doesn't become work anymore. Even when you have those trying days of learning something new or adding something to your repertoire of business, it's still, it's still fun.
Mhm.
It's still, fun
Absolutely.
loving, even though it can try your patience or drain you of energy, it's still not looked upon as work. It's still looked upon as something that you will just rightfully get up at 3, 4 a.m. in the morning to get started on, because it's something that you just really enjoy doing. And so I can definitely appreciate your approach to the gaming world. And, what's your favorite game?
So, my favorite game, of course, is the Nintendo series Splatoon.
Okay.
And that game has come a long way since the first one was released back in 2012. Now it has spawned a first game and then a second game. And now it was just announced actually, I can say this, about a year ago, that there was going to be a second game
Oh, really?
coming out. Actually, no, a third game coming out this year. And that would be Splatoon 3.
Okay.
And
Okay.
of course, I'm excited, as is everybody else.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. So the clips that I was sent is that the Platoon game? Is that it? It's called Platoon?
It's called Splatoon. It has an S, so
Splatoon.
it's
Splatoon.
splat
Oh.
and then tune. It is
Aha.
a play off of the military term platoon,
Right.
which describes a group of infantrymen led by one person or two, etc.
Okay.
And go on.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm just affirming.
Okay. So Splatoon is Nintendo's. I firmly believe that it is Nintendo's answer to all those fun, dark, gloomy, post-apocalyptic shooters.
Gotcha.
There was a image I saw online that showed things like Fallout, things like there's another one, Fallout. There was what is it? Oh, the name escapes me, but it had all these images of really gloomy games, like dark theme. They had a really grunge aesthetic. And then there's Splatoon down there at the bottom, filled with bright colors and clear skies and rainbows everywhere. And it just makes me laugh because it's true.
Gotcha.
Nintendo's Splatoon is actually their only first-person shooter, actually a third-person shooter, that they have, I believe. And it is 4 versus 4 action of colorful cephalopods identified as squids and octolinks. And I'm going to use this as a segue to jump right into what my character is. My character is, in fact, a squid, and identified by their very pointy ears and very long tentacles. And the outfit that she's wearing, although it looks horrible in the sense of fashion, actually serves a purpose, as does the oversized paint roller that she's holding as well. And so, if you were to take my character's outfit and divide it into 3 parts, so you've got what I'm wearing on my head, so the hat and glasses, then the vest that I've got on, and then my shoes. So there's a little bit behind that. So you've got ability slots on every single one of those. And then in those ability slots, you can put things such as swim speed, which makes you swim faster, run speed, which makes you run faster. There's Ink Saver Main, which conserves your primary ammunition, which is ink, because what do squids and octopods use to defend themselves? It's ink. Well, in Splatoon's case, it is colorful ink. And so you have one main ability on your piece of gear, and then you've got 3 sub abilities. So if you choose, you could put the entire thing of nothing but main power up, which actually powers up your main weapon, or you could use sub power up, which powers up your sub weapon. Or you can mix and match. So you could have a combination that suits your play style. You could have endless combinations of whatever you want, whether it's to be funny, whether it's to play more competitively, or whether it's just to have fun. And then that just goes even further take one step further, then you throw the weapon in there. So you've got many varieties of weapons that you can use. Basically, Nintendo described it as they will use anything that flings ink. So
Okay.
you've got weapons that are parodies of each other. There
Okay.
is the Hydra Splatling, which kind of looks like one of those handheld Gatling guns.
Okay.
It's parodied off of a fire hydrant. There is the E-liter, which is a parody off of a gas pump. Okay. And then it gets even better. You've got the paint rollers and ink brushes. Those are also weapons. And in fact, my little character there is holding the dynamo, which is my favorite weapon of choice and one that I've been using for about 4 years.
Wow. Okay.
You've got light class weapons, medium class weapons, and heavy weapons. The Hydra, E-liter, and the Dynamo all belong to the heavy class. And then you've got light weapons such as dualies and I believe some of the brushes as well. And then you've got all the shooters in between. So, and then on top of that, you've got quirky weapons such as buckets. And when I say buckets, I mean it's a literal bucket. And
Okay.
you literally use it like you're sloshing water over a fire, and you could just sit there and just throw ink pretty much in every single direction imaginable. And then another fun little mechanic that they threw in there was that the fact that your ink can run out. So what do you do to fill your ink tank back up? You swim.
Okay.
So you have to swim through your own ink. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a really fascinating game. And I do have a couple of clips that kind of shows us a little bit of your action. And we'll take a look at that after we come back from a quick sponsorship break. And then we'll be taking a couple looks at your clips, and I have a couple questions before we wrap up concerning, about you and also maybe the gaming world from your perspective. But definitely I'm glad and that you have been able to come out, break free a little bit from your busy schedule to connect with us, to talk to us a little bit more about the gaming that you're a part of and also the gaming world, period. We'll probably actually have you back on too, and to discuss, some other things. But we're going to take a quick break, and really appreciate you being here. So we got a little sponsorship break, though. We'll be right back on K's Couch, sponsored by again Standard Mag, the voice of the culture, and the oxygen to the entrepreneur, and also KR3 & Co Enterprise, where they help businesses grow and grow securely. Lit Chat is also a social media platform where now your words have fire. So we'll be right back from a word from our sponsors.
Life is filled with many unexpectancies. If something happened to you today, heart attack, cancer, stroke, or diagnosed with anything terminal, are you prepared for what's next? Only 1 out of 4 to 5 Americans have considered that life is unexpected, uncertain, and has some uncontrollable risk. Are you that 4 to 5 that hasn't taken action yet? Call right now for your free quote. Tomorrow's not promised. The protection of your legacy depends on what choice you make in this moment. Call right now.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. Charge, you have to let us know a little bit about these
Sure.
here pieces. So, so what are we looking at here?
So what you're looking at right now is actually a game of tower control. So in Splatoon, you've got a plethora of things that you could do.
Mm-hmm.
And the most popular of them are going to be 4 modes known as, you've got Turf War, which is the main one that you can get involved in. Then you've got modes outside of that, such as Tower Control, which is what we just saw in that clip. And then you've got Splat Zones, and then you've got Clam Blitz, and then you've got
Mm-hmm.
Rainmaker.
Okay.
Now, each one of those has a unique way of being played. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, with Tower Control, you have to
Mm-hmm.
ride a tower to the end goal, all the
Okay.
while passing through 3 checkpoints, and then add on top of that being shot at as well, and
Oh, wow.
being heavily attacked by the enemy team. What you see me getting there is something that is harder to get than it looks, and that is killing the entire enemy team. About,
Wow.
I would say, they were less than 30 points away from the victory.
Got you.
And again, that I owe all of that to the power of my weapon, which deals out a lot of damage over a wide area,
Uh-huh.
and doesn't require much aim, but it is very hard to use and use well.
Okay.
In
Okay.
the second clip that we're seeing here, I am getting what is known as a special cancel.
Uh-huh.
So each weapon also has a special attached to it. Mine, for the dynamo right there, is called the Booyah Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And it is something that involves the entire team. So the
Mm-hmm.
entire team has to yell Booyah for you to
Mm-hmm.
charge it. And you can charge it yourself. And it's basically an energy ball of ink that you throw. And then once it hits the ground, it expands and kills anything that's caught within it.
Wow.
The 2 specials you see me literally deleting there are called splashdowns. And
Okay.
those are as fun to cancel as they are to use. And those are basically when you rise up into the air a distance and then come back down and generate an explosion upon impact. And those are very
Wow.
good for crowd control, clearing out people, or capturing an objective.
Oh, wow. Well, it looks very fun. Like I said, it's just gaming has become very advanced and transcended so well and so big to be a huge lifestyle. So based on where you are right now, did you see yourself in this place, like being as advanced as you are, being in the place that you are as being an influencer or trainer, so to speak? So, did you see yourself being in this space when you first started?
When I first started, way back when,
Okay.
actually, no. I figured that, I'd play the game, see how much I liked it, see if I enjoy it.
Mhm.
But what's really ironic is that the first time I picked up Splatoon 1, I got about a week to myself before a group of friends approached me and said, "Would you like to join a team?" So
Okay.
I kind of got involved in the competitive scene very early in my
Hmm.
Splatoon career in general.
Okay.
And from there, I kind of stayed in the competitive world up until the announcement of Splatoon 2 in
Mhm.
2017.
Mhm.
And then eventually I retired from competitive to kind of focus on myself. And then out of that, I ended up creating another team
Mhm.
with friends that I had made early on in Splatoon 2. So, and then that turned into another thing, and eventually everything kind of fell the way it should, kind of like dominoes. Everything kind
Mhm.
of fell where it should, and
Mhm.
now I'm here. So
Okay. So how does it feel to
so
be here?
wild, I could say. I am actually very shy by nature.
I got
So
you.
being in sort of the position that I am has allowed me to kind of step out of my comfort zone, has
Understand.
allowed me to, make new friends with people who personally I would have never met had I
Okay.
never been involved in the gaming community like I am. More
Gotcha.
specifically, the Splatoon gaming community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've met absolutely wonderful people. And it's just been fantastic. And what I've done is I've actually taken the experience that I've gained from being competitive and taken that and put it into um, my clan now, which is
Mm-hmm.
about 15 people strong.
That sounds amazing. That sounds really, really good. And I'm pretty sure your client is very appreciative of what you're doing. I wanted to know, like, what are your perspective on the future of gaming? Like, this whole situation has transcended in so many ways. So what is your perspective on the future of gaming? How do you feel about it? Where do you think it's going?
Personally, I would say that the future of gaming is going where technology goes.
Okay.
And with the advancements in technology such as virtual reality,
Right.
I will not be surprised if we see a completely immersive game emerge within the next couple of years. I
Okay.
mean, we already have the Oculus Rift
Hmm.
with its virtual reality games, and people are already designing haptic touch interfaces as well, or like vests that you can wear while playing on the Oculus to allow you to
Wow.
feel what your character feels, to
Right.
touch things and then actually have that physical touch, the
Hmm.
vibrations of when you pick up something.
Hmm.
I feel as though, and then you also have smart glasses on top of that. So I feel as though it's going to be only a matter of time before we only have to like put on a pair of glasses and put on a pair of gloves and some boots or something, and then you're in a game.
Right. Right. Right.
Something personally that I would think would be very funny to see is Splatoon in VR. Because seeing it from a third person perspective is fun and all, but when you actually see it from your character's point of view, I would imagine that a lot of things would change.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm definitely sure of it. There was a few movies that came. I can't remember the name right off, but I can remember seeing it, where you got the virtual reality games movies, and they're in those games. They were taken into games, flying the spaceships, uh, enemy combat. So I'm definitely with you on that. Metaverse is really, really, paving the way for that. Artificial
Absolutely, yeah.
intel artificial intelligence is really opening the door for that. Metaverse, you're in there, you're in that metaverse actually purchasing stock, you're purchasing land, real estate, your business is active. So it's only a matter of time. Sony just made a huge purchase. Nintendo is looking to do the same thing. So it's a lot of different things. So I'm definitely with you. Over the next couple of years, you will be in that place. VR has really made and paved the way, even with Nike, being able to, position yourself to do certain things. So it's coming. It's just only a matter of time of when. But Charger, I really do appreciate you, being available today, to kind of share with us a little bit on the gaming perspective and helping us to understand a little bit more the enthusiasm behind this world, or this hidden culture of gaming in the gaming world. So many people have a wrong perspective of the gaming sensation. It is a culture, it is a perspective, and it is fun. And so it's just like,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's just like, being at work or being at a job or participating in other extracurricular activities. But it is a way of life for those who are a part of the culture. So I really appreciate you being here today, and keep up the good work, and let us know
Thank
what's
you.
going on. Absolutely. So what's next for you? What's next for you? Once you conquer Platoon, Splatoon, what is going to be, what's next for you? What you got on the cards for, your next chapter? What's going on?
Oh gosh. It's really ironic. I haven't really thought about that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I'm just taking life day by day and seeing what new adventures await. Um, Personally for me, uh, I see, my Splatoon career going for a very long time, so I
Okay.
haven't really thought about anything further down the road other than that. Maybe getting involved in another esports league, or maybe even teaching Splatoon to college kids
Oh,
because
wow.
Nintendo Versus just introduced that for colleges
Wow.
because
Wow.
they just made Splatoon 2 a varsity sport.
Really? Wow. I'm not
Yep.
surprised. That is awesome. Wow. Wow.
So now
Wow.
now you can take Splatoon as one of your college credits. Good job, everybody.
That wow. I mean, I'm not surprised. The gaming, like I said, is going into the Olympics, but just to know that how the advancing of gaming is now in colleges, that is phenomenal. Like, that is truly phenomenal. And just keep up the good work. Just make sure, just stay consistent as you've been, and just keep me posted on what's going on in the gaming world. I really would like to get my hands connected with individuals that are in that space to, shed some light concerning this and sharing, your perspectives and conversations concerning the gaming world. Because, just like anything, a lot of people will have their biases and their prejudice notions when they are not a part of it. It's until you actually position yourself to know what's going on in a person's world, until you get a full understanding. So I have a huge understanding with what you're doing. So please keep it up and hang out with me for about a minute or so after our outro. So listen, everybody, I want everybody to have a great, great weekend. Charlie, is there anything you want to say before we go?
I haven't even gotten started on tournaments. That's a whole nother podcast.
Oh, wow. Well, listen, we'll have you back so you can talk to us a little bit about tournaments and how that works and the competitiveness and the tournament situation. And real quick before we go, how can someone, if they desire to, kind of reach out to you if they have some questions about gaming? Can they follow you? Can they reach out to you?
Well, they can follow me on Discord.
Okay.
My Discord handle, as it's called, is Ink Charger #2105.
Okay. We'll definitely have you back so we could talk a little bit more about the tournaments and maybe some more news that you can give to me to share with the audience concerning the gaming world. So I really appreciate you being here. Hang out with me for a couple minutes once the outro is over. Listen, everybody, love life and live love. You only have one. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. It's been On the Couch, K's Couch.
Thank you.